Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today we're going to learn chapter 2, that is Introduction to Qualitative Characteristic of Useful Financial Information and Other Accounting Assumptions and Concepts. So learning outcomes: students should be able to explain the fundamental qualitative characteristic. Students should be able to elaborate and enhancing qualitative characteristic. Students should be able to discuss other accounting assumptions and concepts. So now let's go to the fundamental qualitative characteristic. Fundamental qualitative characteristics have two that are relevance and faithful representation. So apa itu relevance dan apa itu faithful representation? So relevance means relevant information can influence the decision to be made by the users of financial statement. When information is relevant, it is useful in predicting and confirming an event or activity. So maksudnya, apakah ciri-ciri apakah ciri yang diperlukan dalam kita punya financial statement untuk menjadikan dia berkualiti? So first ialah relevant. Maksudnya dia kenalah ada informasi yang relevant. Okay? Maksud informasi relevan ni maksudnya dia tak adalah tipu-tipu ke apa, okay? Semua informasi yang dia record tu ialah betul, relevan dengan bisnes tu sendiri. So next, faithful representation. Untuk menjadikan kita punya financial statement tu berkualiti, kita perlulah faithful representation. So faithful representation ni is information must represent the transactions and events that have taken place. Yang kedua, information must be complete, neutral and free from bias. So apa maksud complete? Complete means the financial statement should include all information. So apa maksud neutral? Neutral means that the financial statement should be prepared without bias. Neutral. Tak ada bias pun maksudnya. Dia record semua. Expenses dia record, rugi dia record, untung dia record. Dia neutral. Okay? So, next, information must be free from error. Apa itu free from error? Free from error means that the financial statement should not contain any error and should not omit any important and material information. So, error ni kita akan belajar in chapter 5. Chapter 5 kot. 5 ke? Miss tak ingat pula dah. Sorry, bukan chapter 5, chapter 4. Okay, chapter 4. Kita akan belajar error dalam try balance. So inilah maksud faithful representation. Bila cakap je faithful representation, maksudnya kita punya financial statement tu kena complete, neutral and free from error. Kalau relevant, maksudnya informasi tu kenalah relevant. Ini dua ciri qualitative characteristic, iaitu relevance and faithful representation. So next we go to the enhancing qualitative characteristic. Macam mana kita nak enhance qualitative characteristic ni? By these 4 elements that are comparability, verifiability, timeliness and understandability. So jom kita tengok comparability tu apa. So comparability ni ialah accounting information is comparable when accounting standards and policies are applied consistently from one period to another and from one region to another. Comparability maksudnya kita boleh comparekan kita punya company dengan other person punya company, sebab accounting ni dia ada standard dan polisi yang mesti semua company patuh. Sebab tu dia ialah comparability. Jadi dia boleh dikomparekan, so kita dapat enhance the quality of the financial statement. The characteristic of comparability of financial statement is important because it allows us to compare self financial statements with those of prior periods and those of other companies. Bila kita boleh compare, baru kita boleh tengok, okay, macam mana kita punya business ni, maju ke, mundur ke, tahun lepas macam mana, tahun ni macam mana. Okay, itu comparability. So next ialah verifiability. So, accounting information should be verifiable. This means that different individuals who are independent and knowledgeable can confirm that the accounting information is correct. When accounting information is verifiable, we could reach the same consensus by performing verification process. Maksudnya kita punya accounting information tu boleh disahkan. Okay, so verifiable. Next ialah timeliness. Okay, timeliness is how quickly information is available to users of accounting information. If the accounting information is not timely and outdated, the information would become less useful for decision making. Okay, so dalam accounting kita ada at the end of the year kita sorry. So dalam accounting setiap hujung tahun kita kena prepare statement. So kalau kita tak prepare, maksud kita tak outdated lah, kita tak update, so kita tak timeliness lah. Okay, company tu tak ada timeliness. Dia juga ada interim, maksudnya tengah-tengah bulan kita ada. So tapi untuk ACC106 kita hanya belajar at the end of the year sahaja. Alright. So next ialah understandability. So understandability means the users of accounting information are able to understand accounting information given they spend the necessary time. The users are generally assumed to have a reasonable knowledge of business and economic activities. So bila orang tengok tu orang faham lah nak baca kita punya tu. Okay, tapi tak semua orang boleh faham, sebab kalau let's say you tak belajar accounting and then you tengok kita orang punya statement, it's a bit confusing. So that's why dia kata given they spend the necessary time. Maksudnya ada sorry silap. Yeah, the user are generally assumed to have reasonable knowledge lah. So dia faham. So bila dia ada knowledge sedikit pasal accounting, dan dia boleh baca kita punya financial statement, that means kita punya financial statement is quality. Orang boleh faham. Okay. So yang mula-mula sekali kita belajar ada dua sahaja, iaitu relevance dan juga faithful representation. Dua ni sahaja untuk qualitative characteristic. Tapi kita boleh enhancekan dia bila financial statement kita ada keempat-empat item ni, iaitu comparability, boleh di-compare, boleh disahkan mengikut masa dan boleh difahami. Ada empat ni dah pun masuk kepada enhancing qualitative characteristic. Okay, so next kita akan pergi kepada accounting assumptions and concept. So kita ada empat, kita akan belajar empat concept of accounting, that business or economic entity or accounting entity. Second, kita akan belajar pasal monetary or money measurement. Third, kita akan belajar about going concern concepts. Lastly, historical cost concept. Okay. So, apa itu business economic entity ni? So, bila kita kata business entity, kita assume that a business is separate and distinct from its owner. Maksudnya business ialah business dan owner ialah owner. Okay, yang membawa maksud pada items recorded in business books are limited to transactions affecting the business only. The records and reports of a business should not include either the transactions or assets of another business or the personal assets and transactions of its owner. Okay, maksudnya bila kita kata ada business economic entity, owner tak boleh sesuka hati mengambil duit ataupun aset daripada syarikat. Itu maksud dia. Dia ada separate entity. Okay, kalau dia nak ambil barang tu dia kena bayar juga. Okay, so sebab tu kita akan record dia sebagai drawing. Maksudnya owner tu ambil drawing sendiri. Okay, so tapi dia kena bayar lah. Itu ialah business economic entity. Next ialah monetary measurement. Monetary measurement is a business transactions that can be expressed in terms of money are recorded in accounting. The purchasing power of the unit of measure used in accounting is the ringgit Malaysia. Does not change. Maksudnya apa-apa saja yang tak ada harga, tak boleh direkodkan lah. Monetary measurements ni maksudnya semua dalam kita punya financial statement tu yang ada value, yang ada price tag. So next ialah going concern concepts. Okay, so going concern concept ni maksudnya a business will continue to operate in the foreseeable future using its asset to carry on its operations and not offering the asset for sale, asset for stock. Okay, so maksud dia going concern ni kita punya business boleh beroperasi lagi tahun depan. Okay, sebab tu dia kata will continue to operate the foreseeable future. Bila nampak je dalam soalan tu cakap macam boleh dioperate ke, so maksudnya dia adalah going concern concept. Tapi kalau soalan dia kata business tu bankrupt, so tak adalah going concern concept tu, tak ada. Okay, going concern ni bila business tu boleh menjalankan business untuk tahun depan, then itu dah going concern. The business enterprise will have a long life and that it will last long enough to fulfill its objective and commitment. Will last long enough. Itulah going concern. Okay, operate in the foreseeable future. Lastly ialah historical cost. So historical cost is based on the transaction price at the time of recognition of the elements. For example, assets are recorded at the amount of cash paid. Okay, sebab dalam accounting kita ada juga accrual basis ataupun prepaid basis lah, di mana orang tu boleh ambil je barang kita tapi dengan cara hutang. Okay, dengan cara hutang. So historical cost ni maksudnya kita akan record asset tu bila customer kita bayar. Contoh pada hari waktu dia ambil barang tu saja harga dia RM1 contoh, okey. Tiba-tiba waktu dia nak bayar tu harga barang tu dah naik jadi RM1.20. So kita akan record harga barang tu pada RM1.20. Recorded at the amount of cash paid. Itu maksud dia historical cost. So liabilities are recorded at the amount of receive. Sama juga waktu kita receive baru kita record. So advantages untuk historical cost ni dia simple and cheap. Historical costs are based on the objectively verifiable amounts. Apa itu verifiable? Sah. Okay, dapat mengesahkan. Itulah. So that's all untuk chapter 2.